Hi, welcome to my core yoga workout series. Today we're going to be focusing on the muscles in your belly, in your back, and you're also going to work a little bit through the shoulders and the hip flexors as well. This workout is for you if you haven't been working out so far and are trying to get back into it, really starting to engage those core muscles and wake them up and start to build them from scratch. So, with that being said, all you need is a mat, perhaps a blanket and block if you have them, but they're not necessary, and some comfortable clothes, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so we are going to get started lying down on our backs today. So just find yourself in a comfortable position all the way down on your back. Once you find yourself on your back, just tuck your shoulder blades underneath you slightly, and then either extend the legs fully if you like, or if that's uncomfortable for the back, keeping the knees bent and let the knees drop in towards one another. And then let's take a moment to close down our eyes and just start to turn your attention to your breath. Really find yourself coming into this time and place, and perhaps setting an intention for your practice today. If this is the first time you've been on your mat in quite some time, or maybe even ever, let's make the intention that we do the very best that we can. I encourage you to take breaks if you need them, but trying to push yourself right to the edge. And being comfortable with that, and giving your body some incentive to change, to improve, to get stronger. Deep breath in, and slowly let it out, releasing any tension that you're holding on to from your day. And then let's start to find some engagement through those muscles that are in our belly and in our core. If your legs are extended, bend the knees in and bring the feet so that they're about shoulder distance apart, and have the feet planted on the mat. Then I want you to start to engage the pelvic floor. This is our Mula Bandha. We're going to draw the pelvic floor up towards our diaphragm. If you are familiar with a Kegel exercise, that's kind of what you're doing, but maybe a little further back in the pelvic floor. And then I want you to also start to draw the belly button in towards the spine and a little bit up towards the diaphragm. But we are holding this in a light manner. We're not squeezing it, like we're trying to squeeze the juice out of a lemon. We're just holding it so that it's firm and engaged. Take a nice deep breath in, holding the bandha. Take a deep breath out and hold it. Take a deep breath in and out. And then I want you to release those muscles and let them fully relax. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to draw the pelvic floor in again and draw the belly button in towards the spine. And then as you inhale, release the muscles again. And then exhale, draw those muscles in, holding on to those bandhas. And then inhale to let it go. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, pull those muscles in. Inhale to release. Exhale, pull them in. Inhale to release. And then hold those muscles in again on your next exhale, and then let's draw the knees in towards the belly. Let's start off by just wrapping the arms around our shins and just shake it a little bit side to side and start to open up the low back. And then finding those knees back into the center. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to lift the neck, shoulders, and head and draw the nose all the way up towards your knees. And then release it back down to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw all the head, neck, shoulders, shoulders up towards the knees, squeezing everything in like a clam, and release it back down. One more time. Inhale here, exhale, draw it all up. And then release it back down. Keeping the knees so that they're bent. I want you to extend your right leg out onto the floor. Let's flex the foot and then lift the foot just off of the mat. So maybe it's just an inch off the mat. Now I want you again to be holding on to those bandhas so the pelvic floor is lifted, the belly button is drawing in. But if this is really a little bit challenging for the low back, lift the leg a little higher up off the floor to release those muscles in the low back. But if you can, even hold it for a couple of seconds lower to the floor, doing that, because every time you do that, you're going to get a little bit stronger. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, draw your right knee back in towards your belly. Take a deep breath in here, and then exhale to release the left leg out to the floor. Flex the foot, and then lift that foot so that it is just about an inch off the floor. Again, being careful of what's happening in the back here, because each side might feel a little bit different. And holding those bandhas and continue to breathe. Try to keep the breath soft and steady. Take another nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, draw the left knee in towards your belly. And then extending the right leg out again. We're going to hold it here. We're going to hold that leg lifted off of the mat. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, switch and let the left leg extend. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and switch so the right leg extends. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch, starting to create a little bit more fire in the belly. Inhale, exhale, switch. If you like, continuing this movement, you can lift the neck, shoulders, and head off of the mat to make this a little more challenging. Again, really pressing yourself to your limit. Maybe you're up here for 1 or 2, and then you have to release the neck, shoulders, and head back down, but remembering that that's still progression. We're going to do this for 2 more times, finding where this feels best for you. Deep breath in and out. In and out. Extend one more time. Extend the left leg. Draw both knees in and then release the neck, shoulders, and head if they were lifted. And shake it out. And let's cross at the ankles, grabbing onto the big toes. We're going to start to rock it forward and back on our spine. Now this itself can be quite a bit of work if you're able to make those rock and rolls a little bigger. And then perhaps you're able to come all the way up to seated. But if that isn't working for you, just rolling to the side, make your way to a seated position. Then we're going to stay seated here for a moment. So I want you just to have your legs in a simple cross-legged position and find the sit bones underneath you. Placing the hands lightly on your lap. We're going to come into some seated cat and cow. Lengthen through the spine all the way up through to the crown of the head. On your next inhale, I want you to extend the heart space and lift the head slightly, draw the shoulders back and away. And then as you exhale, start to round through the spine, rolling the shoulders and rolling yourself back a little bit on your tailbone. Inhale to lift the heart space and flex through the spine. Exhale to round the spine and let the head, neck, shoulders drop. Inhale up. And exhale to release. Inhale to lift. And exhale to release. And then let's find our way back up into a nice neutral spine. Let the hands rest on the sides. We're going to come into some side bends here. So releasing your left hand out to the side. Inhale to reach the right arm up. Exhale to bend over to the left side. Inhale to extend all the way back up. Release the hand to the side. Inhale to reach the left arm up and exhale to extend over to the right side. Then inhale to come all the way back up and find yourself in seated. Let's reach both of the arms all the way up towards the ceiling, palms touch. Let the hands come into heart center. One more time, inhale, reach the arms up. This time, as you exhale, bring the hands forward and come into a little bit of a forward fold. Take a deep breath in and out. And then as you inhale, walk all the way back up to seated. And we're going to make our way into a tabletop position. So finding your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees stacked right underneath your hips. Find that nice long alignment through your spine, a nice neutral spine. You can tuck the toes if that's more comfortable, or place your blanket underneath your knees if you need to. Coming into regular cat and cow, as you inhale, drop the belly and lift your heart space. Exhale, round through the spine. Let the head really fall. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart space. And exhale, round through the spine. Let's do that 2 more times, following your breath. And really starting to connect the breath with the movement of the body. And as you become aware of the body a little more, noticing what you're feeling. And then find your way back into a nice neutral spine. We're going to come into a little bit more work right here, coming into bird dog. So again, if your elbows extend out forwards, I want you to turn the creases of the elbows in so that we have nice strong arms. Take that gaze so that it looks just past the hands and find that nice neutral spine and engage the bandhas. Draw the pelvic floor up, draw the belly in. Then we're going to start to extend the right leg back towards the back of the room, flexing the foot and turning the toes down towards the floor. Then if you can find your balance, I want you to lift the left arm, extending the left arm forward, reaching to the opposite wall. And then hold it here. Deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, carefully release the hand and the knee back onto the mat. Then getting set up to move this to the other side. As you inhale, start to reach the left leg back, flexing the foot, and then draw the right hand forward. Really be careful here what's happening in your shoulder on the right side. Sometimes it creeps up a little bit. So drawing the shoulders down into the back pockets, that really helps us to just lock the pelvic floor, lock the whole core into place. Take a deep breath in, exhale, release the hand and the knee back to the mat. Let's do that a couple more times. As we inhale, extend the right leg, the left arm. Exhale to release. Inhale, extending the left leg, right arm. Exhale, release. Let's do that again. One more time each side. Inhale to extend. Maybe the leg lifts a little bit higher. Exhale, release. Inhale, extend. Exhale to release. From here, I'd like you to make your way onto your belly on your mat. So lowering the belly, lowering the shoulders, and just keep the hands so that they're right underneath your shoulders. We're going to find a nice neutral neck and press the tops of the feet into the mat. As you inhale, really draw the shoulders down and lift the heart space. Really be careful here of the neck. We don't want to reach the chin up. We want to keep that long neutral neck and really draw the shoulders away from the ears, and then release the nose back down and tap it, maybe the forehead taps to the mat. Inhale again to lift the heart space. Then let's start to tent up through the fingertips so that we're not pressing too hard into the mat. And then release it back down. Tap the forehead down. Inhale to lift up one more time. Perhaps this time The hands are able to hover just above the mat. Draw the shoulder blades together. Press the tops of feet into the mat and exhale to release. Press into your hands to push yourself back up into your tabletop position. Tuck your toes underneath you. Then lift your knees and draw the hips back. First, downward dog. Let's start to pedal through our heels and release the muscles in the back of the legs. Press into the hands, let the head release. And then find some stillness. Draw both heels towards the mat. Take a deep breath in and out. Maybe nod the head yes and no. Take a nice deep breath in here, and as you exhale, look forward, and let's carefully step up to the top of our mat. As you inhale, just come up halfway, lengthen through the spine, draw the shoulders back and down, and exhale to fold. Inhale, reach all the way up, bring the palms to touch. And exhale, hands come into heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, let's swan dive all the way down into a forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, plant the hands. We're going to step back into a plank. Now, let's drop the knees right away. Then lowering down through a push-up, take it all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift into a cobra again. Exhale, release. Tucking the toes, draw up through hands and knees. Lift the knees and draw back into downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, draw the knee into your chest. Place the foot between the hands, drop the back heel, and reach all the way up into warrior one. Deep breath in and out. Relax the shoulders. Plant the pinky on the back foot. One more nice deep breath in. Exhale to unwind. Plant the hands. Step all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, place the foot between the hands. Drop the back heel and inhale, warrior one. Inhale and exhale. Slight arch through the back. Square the hips and shoulders forward. One more breath. Exhale, unwind. Plant the hands. Draw this foot and bring it all the way back into downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. Exhale to release the knees. Shift forward. Drop all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to release. Pressing up through hands and knees. Tuck the shoulders. Lift all the way back. Downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale to look forward. Step up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale to come all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, release it back down. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back into downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. Exhale, release the knees onto the mat and make your way back into tabletop position. Inhale, extend the left leg, right arm out. Hold it here in this bird dog. Then as you exhale, draw the elbow in towards the knee, rounding through the spine. Inhale to reach it forward. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, I want you to really engage those bandhas as we squeeze those muscles in and find that muscle in the core. One more time here. Extend it out. Release the hands and the knees back to the mat. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale to lift the right leg. Holding it here, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, draw the elbow into the knee, round through the spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round it. Inhale, extend. Exhale to round. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Reach it out 1 more time. Release back on to hands and knees. Take a nice deep breath in. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips and thighs and draw back into your downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And out. Inhale here. Exhale to look forward. Step up to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Step to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And out. Inhale to lift the right leg. Exhale, place the foot between the hands. Drop the heel all the way up into warrior 2. Deep breath in. And out. Squaring the hips and the shoulders to the front wall and reaching the fingertips strongly. 1 more nice deep breath in. Exhale to unwind. Plant the hands around the front foot and press into the hands as you step the foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg rises. Exhale, place the foot between the hands. Drop the back heel. Sweep up into warrior 2. Find length through the spine. Square the hips to the floor. 1 more nice deep breath. Exhale to unwind. Plant the hands. Step back. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the knees. Shift it forward, lower all the way down through chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale to release. Press back up through hands and knees. And all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, look forward. Step up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Step to downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, release the knees onto the mat. Finding your tabletop position again. This time coming into a modified side plank. We're going to bring the right hand into the center. Turn the right knee out to the side. You're going to extend the left leg. The instep is pressed into the mat as you reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Holding it strongly here, feeling that lift through the hips up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in and out. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale to return your gaze to the right hand and carefully unwind to make yourself back into tabletop position. We'll bring the left hand in, turn the left leg out, extend the right leg, and inhale to reach the right arm up toward the ceiling. Finding that flatness through the spine so that the right hand is stacked perhaps right over the left wrist. Deep breath in and out. 1 more breath. Exhale to unwind. Come back into your tabletop position. Tuck the toes. Release those hips and thighs back into your downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. 1 more breath here. Exhale to look forward. 1 last flow as we step up to the top of our mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the knees. So now that we have worked a little bit more through the front of the body. I want to work a little bit more through the back of the body. So let's lower back down onto the mat. And again, finding our hands underneath our shoulders like we did in the beginning of our practice. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. We're going to come into those cobras again. As you inhale, lift the heart space, draw the shoulders back and down. And let's see if we can alleviate some of the pressure in the hands by lifting the hands perhaps just off the mat. Exhale, release it back down. Let's do that again. Inhale to lift the heart space. Lift the hands up off of the mat. And then exhale, release it back down. Then let's release the hands by our sides. We'll have the palms facing in and the thumbs down towards the mat. Inhale to lift, and as you do so, lift the hands up off of the mat and think about pulling the hands together as if they're being drawn together magnetically. And this also starts to draw the shoulder blades together, still pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. And then exhale, release it back down. We're going to do one more version of this. If it's too much, stay with the version we just did. Inhale to lift the feet this time and the heart space. Think about drawing the fingertips towards your heels, reaching your toes towards the back wall. Strong energy through every muscle in the back of the body. Take a deep breath in and exhale to release it down. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Press yourself up to hands and knees and shift all the way back into child's pose. Find a connection for the forehead, perhaps on stacked hands or all the way down to the mat. Let the back of the body release a little bit. Take a deep breath in and out. Let's do one more breath here. And out. Then making your way back up to your tabletop position, and one more time all the way down to the belly. This time we're going to stretch all of those muscles that we just worked so hard. I want you to bring your elbows so that they're underneath your shoulders, and we're going to have the forearms so that they're parallel. Bring your feet a little wider on your mat, and we're coming into Sphinx pose. Spreading the fingers, and think about each fingertip being a little bit of a suction cup pressing into the mat or to your mat or the floor. Then inhale to lift the heart space, and think about energetically just pulling the floor towards your belly as you lift the heart space. Think about extending strongly through the spine, and then take a moment to release, and let's do that one more time. Inhale to lift the heart space, extend the spine, feel that stretch down the front of your body, and then exhale to release. Bring the hands under the shoulders, and let's come into child's pose one more time. This time, taking the knees wide and drop all the way down. Let the belly release. Find a connection for your forehead, whether that's on stacked fists or hands, and release. Deep breath in and out. And one more breath. Then coming back up to table, we're going to make our way onto our back. So shifting the hips to the side, carefully rolling around. Start to tuck the tailbone under as you release all the way down to the mat. Just find your feet so that they're shoulder distance apart, and bring the heels in as close to the glutes as you can. Our hands will be by our sides, and you should be able to touch the back of your heel with the longest finger. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath to really open through the heart space. Then pressing the feet into the mat. As you inhale, lift the hips up off of the mat any amount that's comfortable for your back. Then as you do this, watch what's happening with the knees. We want to keep them straight forward or drawing together. Don't let them splay out to the side. And as your hips are lifted, you might find that you can shimmy side to side and tuck the shoulders underneath a little more, lift the heart space a little more up towards the ceiling. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. Energizing again the back of the body, but opening through the front. One more nice deep breath in. Then this time as you exhale, slowly release the hips back down to the mat. Just let the feet come out a little wider and windshield wiper the knees from one side and then to the other. Let the back muscles release a little bit. And then bring them back into center. Let's hug the knees into the belly. Give them a little thank you. Then extend the legs up towards the ceiling. And release the hands to your sides and see if you can hold this here for just a couple of breaths. This might still feel very energetic through the legs. It's okay to bend the knees a little bit if you need to here, but it's so therapeutic to allow the feet to be over top of our head and allow those the blood to come into our organs to help to nourish. And it really signals to our body that it's time for us to slow down from a very challenging yoga practice that we did today. Take a deep breath in and out. One more breath. And then we'll slowly start to bend at the knees and release the feet back to the floor. And then we're going to make our way into our final relaxation. So perhaps extending the legs. Make those feet wide on the mat, perhaps a little wider than the hips, and let the arms come to your sides and let everything start to melt into your mat. If your back doesn't like this, bend into the knees. Take the feet wide on your mat and let the knees drop in so that they support one another. Let all the muscles in the face and the jaw relax. Turn your attention to your breath. And allow yourself to stay in this position for as long as you like. If you're done with your practice today, starting to wiggle through the fingers and the toes, rotate wrists and ankles, draw the knees into your belly, give them a hug, and slowly roll to one side and carefully make your way up to a seated position. Find a comfortable position that you can sit in. Bring your hands to heart center. I just want to thank you so much for joining me with these yoga videos. I really hope that you are enjoying them. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you again so much for joining me for this yoga video. The next one will be a little more challenging core workout for you. So if you find that this one you have graduated from and are ready to move on, the next one will be out shortly. My name is Deirdre Derby. My company is Dragonfly Vitality. I encourage you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment, go to my website. There's lots of nutritional things on there, recipes and so on. So thank you again so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.